everybody, welcome to another Money Reviews. Today we're going to be checking out this product from Kommando store. This is their 84 placard. Before that though, I do need to talk about the upcoming Kinetic Impact Airsoft event, Odin's Trial 4 versus Loki. It is a D14, November 9th, $90. If you use my code MUDDY at the link in the description below, you'll save yourself $5. Hope to see you out there. Now let's get on to the item itself. So this is the 84 pattern placard. I got this about almost a year ago. I got this during one of their Black Friday sales, and I've been messing with it on and off since then. Probably about 20 or 30 times I've taken it out and used it. Still looks practically brand new. It's fucking awesome. Really well made piece of kit. So the stitching's top notch. What you have with this placard, what you get is 3 rifle cells, 2 pistol cells. You also get the ability to plus this up. You can make this into a micro chest rig, put some buckles at all the lashing points, put some straps on, call it good, you'll be off to the races. You can utilize this as a standard placard on a plate carrier. If your plate carrier is placard capable, you can use it. The cool thing is, it doesn't matter if your plate carrier is Swift Clip or G-Hook, because Kommando store went with an adjustable, changeable connection. So you can take this little like mail-in Swift Clip off and put 2 G-hooks or 2 of these, whatever. So whatever your system uses, you're good to go. So that's kind of cool. So if you're a Ferro guy, this is Ferro compatible. If you're a Crye guy, it's Crye compatible. If you're something in between, I'm sure it's compatible. Big giant hook field in the back. It does come with a hook or a piece of like material cover for that. Still have it around at the moment. It was actually on a rig and I took it off. You got their 84 label right here. Tells you it's the real deal. Sewing is really good. It's very nicely sewn throughout. Sorry, I got a little carabiner here for gloves floating around. That's kind of what I like about the lash points. If I'm not using for buckles, I can use them for things like little carabiner for gloves and the whatnot. You do have 2 cells on either side, so it's a direct mirror of itself for pistol mags or Gerbers. They're nicely sewn down lids. Materials for about 500D. You got nice box stitches on each lid. Big enough for most pistol mags. I don't think, my 5.7 mags aren't going to fit in here, but any standard pistol mag should fit just fine. I've got this Leatherman right here, this mutt. Drop that in the other cell. Fits great. It's kind of nice. So if you're running a pistol on like a belt line, you got a couple mags on your belt line, whatever, you can plus up to an extra magazine on this placard and then have a multi-tool handy. Multi-tools are always great to have around. And because you've got these little points for chest, for like buckles, and you can dummy cord your multi-tool there, it'll be good to go. The 3 cells in the center, heavy box stitches on the lids, as well as the Velcro points here. They're all box stitched. Every section is box stitched there and there. And then you have your standard like 1.5 inch heavy duty elastic to kind of help keep the cells flat if there's nothing in them, or if you're running just 1 mag, keep them from bouncing around, since they are designed for 2 magazines each. Now here's the question everyone's probably asking. Hey, what kind of mags will this hold? Well, that's the cool part. It is definitely a double duty, multi-duty rig, AK, AR, all day long with no issues. Well, I say no issues. The only mags I've had a little bit of problem with are these AK-12 magazines, because they are chunky boys. And sometimes these AK 104 7.62 by 39 mags, for whatever reason, the lids just don't like them. But they do fit, and you can get 2 per cell. Like I said, I've had this for almost a year. I've used it a little over a handful of times. It's holding its rigidity really well. The elastic's been keeping its like form. It hasn't gotten like too stretched out or too like screwed up. So it's still, placard still feels new, which I think is pretty cool. And that's something I do like about it. Even though I have put a decent amount of use on it. Not as much as I would have liked, but still enough to know that it's good. And it is still going really strong. There's your 104 and your AK-12 mags. And then let's just put the 47 mags in for good measure, because they're pretty big boys too. Standard stamped steel style AK-47 magazines. Get them in there nice and good. And everything holds down cleanly. Drawing the mags, not too bad with the 37s. The AK-12s are a little bit chunky and a little hard. When you're actually wearing the placard on your rig, it's a little easier to pull it out, I won't lie. Re-indexing, indexing, not as difficult as it looks here on camera, where this one wants to fly out. but that's something to be aware of. It does kind of like grab the other magazine a little bit just because they're so fucking chunky. And then your 104s, they actually draw out pretty nice. 74 mags, this thing eats up all day long. It loves them. And that's normally what I run when I'm playing Airsoft, is I run the 104, the 74 magazines. And it thoroughly loves them. They're fantastic. Pulling them out, not difficult at all. And then the thing that really stands out to me is the fact that I can run AR magazines in here just as nicely as I can run AK mags without it having an issue of the mag cell feeling too deep. This is a 40 round PMag repro. I can get one of those per cell, not two. And then, of course, I could easily fit standard Studags if I was so inclined, just for general purpose. And for the sake of the review in the video, I will show you Studags. There you go. I really like the fact that when I run ARs in there, they don't feel too deep. That's something I've had an issue with certain AK pouches. If I try to run AR-15 mags in there, the mags just sit really deep. I got to put like little chunks of foam down there to help the mags kind of sit higher. This one, I don't have to do that. So when I want to go play, I can run an AR and an AK same day if I wanted to. I could have an AR as a backup to my AK or an AK as a backup to my AR. And I don't have to change my kit out. All I have to do is swap my mags. And that's pretty rad. Flexibility. The Placard gives you a lot of flexibility, like I've already shown. It does have lashing points for buckles. So you could put this, hook some buckles up to it, run it as a micro chest rig or a little dangler if you so desired. You can add wings to it, plus it up, put a dangler on there, some wings. Now you got a slightly larger chest rig that is AK and AR compatible. Where I think this really comes into play is my airsofters who like to use both AKs and ARs, guys who contract where they may get an AR-15 style pattern rifle, M4 pattern rifle on one contract, and then they might get an AKM or something similar, a patterned weapon, AK pattern weapon on another contract. They can have one piece of kit, one plate carrier, one setup, and it doesn't matter where they go or who they're contracting with. They can just use one piece of gear and be good to go. My US guys, like military, you're not really going to need it unless you're doing something where maybe you have a partner force and you're doing FID or something like that. A product like this might be really helpful for you to run on your issued plate carrier or some sort of chest rig, because you could utilize your standard issued weapon. And then if you are doing any sort of partner force FID, you could utilize their weapon, show them some skill sets, train with them or whatever, and you have one pouch. And then just for my casual citizen who just wants to own lots of different types of guns, one piece of equipment, and you can run it with most, if not all of your guns. Well-made piece of kit, great company. I really like their stuff. It's not my only Kommando store item. I've got a few more things from them that are going to be getting reviewed over the next year, but this is by far my favorite piece I picked up from them, and I'm very glad that I did. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. I hope you got something out of this review. As always, man, get out there, play some Airsoft, LARP Smarter, not harder. Hopefully I'll see you on the field. Peace.